Hi, I'm Deborah Johnson with High Stakes Communication. A lot of us are having virtual meetings. A lot of us are using cameras just like this to be able to have meetings with our clients and our customers, not just our family and our loved ones. And it's very important to have really strong communication, to have great meetings. This is a time to be building relationships through the conversations that we're having. And as a 6-time award-winning writer and a producer, I wanted to share some tips with you that I know from shooting good video over the years. So there are 4 things that I want to talk about today. And the first one is the camera. Where is the camera and how are you using the camera to the very best effect? The thing that you want to be looking at is where is the camera placement. This camera happens to be placed pretty much at eye level. Those of us who have grown up watching television news are used to seeing people set up pretty much this way. We are used to seeing the camera look at us, look at anchors, and look at people either at eye level or just a little bit above eye level. That gives you a really nice look at your face, your shoulders, the upper part of your body. If the camera is too low, then what you get is a lot of chin, and for some of us, that's not our most attractive part. So you want your camera to be at least at eye level or a little bit higher. If you're using a laptop, which a lot of people are doing these days, the biggest mistake that people make is that they set their laptop down on the desk and then they tip it back and the camera's up here and they're shooting up. And so what you get are these really not nice, attractive pictures of people's chins, and then you see the ceiling. If you're seeing a lot of ceiling in your picture, your laptop is too low, the camera is too low. Pick it up and set it on something so that the camera up here is at eye level or a little tiny bit above eye level. The other thing that you want to be looking for is where are you in the frame? Where is your head in the frame? Aesthetically, great photographers know that your eyes should be about 1/3 of the way from the top of the screen. I think I'm pretty close to being that right now. So that's where you want it to be. So when you set up the camera or you set up your laptop, if you're leaning it forward or backwards or holding your phone, whatever you're using, you want your eyes to be about 1/3 of the way. So let me show you a couple of things. So if the camera is shooting you too low, you get this weird feeling like people are going to drop out of the bottom of the frame. That's really uncomfortable and people can't have a conversation with you that way. If the camera is looking too low, you're sort of sticking out of the top of the frame. That's not a good look either. You don't want to be doing that. So you want to have the camera so that your eyes are just about 1/3 of the way. The other thing that you'll notice is that I'm not sitting right up on top of the camera. Half of body language, or half of our communication, is in our body language. And so you want to let people see a little bit more of you. If they were in the same room with you, if they were in a conference room or at a desk in your office or something, they'd be able to see some of your body language. You notice that I talk with my hands a lot. That's important. People need to see that. So don't be sitting right up on top of the screen. Sit back a little bit so that they can comfortably see you and you can talk to them. So the second thing is audio. Know where your microphone is, whether it's on your computer or your laptop or your phone or wherever it is. I happen to have on an actual microphone now. You want the audio to be as good as it can possibly be. It's going to not be great depending on where you are, but just think about that. And know that electronically, some of the subtleties of sound of your voice are going to get squashed. So you want to speak just a tiny bit slower, and you want to be listening a little more articulately to what people are saying. You're going to miss some of the subtleties of their tone of voice. That's about 1/3 of the communication that we have with other people is in their tone of voice. So you want to really heighten your listening for subtleties of, are people happy? Are they sad? Are they confused? What's going on in their tone of voice so that you are picking up on those kinds of things and can really talk about what's going on based on their tone of voice and the rest of their body language. The third thing that I wanted to talk about is, what are you wearing? People are going to be a lot easier in what they're wearing these days, but it really helps people if you dress for what they're going to look at. You'll notice that I'm wearing something that's very simple, that's a plain color. It differentiates me from the background. When I'm working with people who are preparing for trial, for depositions, or who are going to give speaking engagements, I always tell them to wear something pretty simple. What people are looking at, the communication with people is here. It's not in your clothing. So you don't want to wear anything that's going to distract from your face. People understand who you are is right here. So don't be wearing chunky jewelry. Don't wear big patterns or stripes or plaids. Don't wear chunky jewelry. Wear something pretty simple that's a nice color that works with your hair color, your eye color, and that differentiates you from the background a little bit. Cameras don't like dark black and they don't like bright white. It's really hard for them. So wear something pretty simple and straightforward. And then the fourth thing is what's going on in the background. You're going to be someplace, but you've invited someone into this conversation, into this meeting with you. And where did you invite them? Did you invite them into the hallway? Did you invite them into the kitchen? Did you invite them into your office? And so where did you invite them? And then what are they going to be looking at? What are they going to be doing? This happens to be my office, which is pretty small. There's not a whole lot of room in here. But in the background, I did take away, I had some files back here, so I moved the files away. My laptop, I moved out of the way so that when we're having this conversation, you're really looking at me. You're not trying to read the file labels or look at anything that's down there. So try and clean that up as much as you can. And then don't be afraid to take the camera or your laptop or whatever, or your phone or whatever it is, and look around the room a little bit for what's the very best background for you to be using. So 4 things. Get the camera at the right level, get you in the frame in the right place, listen for the audio, what are you wearing, and then how is the room dressed? And so when you attend to those 4 things, you've now invited someone into a conversation where you can have a great conversation with them because all of those distractions have gone away and you've made it simple and easy to have a great conversation with them. If you'd like a little more of this, please don't hesitate to give me a call. There's a phone number attached. I have plenty of time these days, so I would be happy to help you. We can Zoom or Skype and I can take a look at where you are and help you set this up so that you can be a lot more successful in these conversations. Deborah Johnson, High Stakes Communication. Be safe these days.